I just want to talk about George R. Martin and his sicko incest, that he's got in this show, and he's trying to normalize it. First, I just want to say, I think he's got some sort of sick, twisted mind. Firstly, he's got the two Lannister twins,
Jamie and Cersei
getting it on. And then what kind of pushed it over the edge, I think, for me was at the end of this season, at the same time that Bran and I think Sam Tarly are coming to realize that Jon is a Targaryen and actually the nephew of Daenerys. They cut to the scenes where Daenerys and Jon are getting together and hooking up.
I don't know whether George R. R. Martin wrote that, because I think in the book Jon is not coming back and probably never meet.
No, but I think it does fit. It does fit in with his sort of themes, because he does some other weird stuff in the previous seasons where a lot of the times sex scenes are linked to torture scenes at the same time. One of the examples when what's his name, Theon gets his.
That's never explicitly stated in the books. It's only implied.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. It comes in the show, but yeah, it's implied heavily in it. He does a lot of implication, but in the show,
what I'm saying is it's more so to do with the show writers rather.
Do you reckon their show writers are sicko?
Yeah,
I think it's an offshoot of George.
I think it's a shock factor thing.
I mean, the other one was, I think Gendry's getting it on with the red-haired chick, and then she puts a leech on his, his pee-pee. That's what I'm saying. This show's a bit weird.
I need King's blood.
Pee-pee.
Exactly. Why do you need it from down there?
It's only place on you.
That's it.
Is it more potent or something? That's what I'm saying.
It'll only kill a king if I do it from there.
So, in this show, I think originally, you showed me that meme where in the first season when you discover about
incest,
Jamie and Cersei, everyone's like, everyone had that reaction.
Everyone's like, whoa.
But then people are almost rooting for Jon and Daenerys.
They were.
You already know that he's kind of a Targaryen because it came up in the last season where Bran sees it. Yeah. So you already...
He was. What difference does it make whether he's legitimized or not? It makes zero. The blood is the same. Why was that such a big deal? It was like, hey, not only is he, his son, but he's a Targaryen because, a convenient annulment which couldn't ever take place because you can't have an annulment after consummation.
What is his name as well? Is it Aegon?
Aegon, and he's already got an older brother who died who's called Aegon, so let's call him Aegon as well.
That's pretty.
Have you seen that meme? Aegon, gone, Jon, from hold the door.
Okay, from season 1 all the way to season 7. We've been kind of introduced to incest through you had as you said, Jamie and Cersei. Then you had Craster who would
I forgot
with his daughters, and
I
then
forgot about him.
Donate his kids to the White Walkers, and then they would make another White Walker at the kids from touching them. So we kind of being brainwashed and desensitized from all this stuff. And then because Jon Snow and Daenerys have different backgrounds, because you see Jon Snow, he's actually grew up with Catelyn and Ned, and Daenerys, she grew up in Viserys and she got shipped off to Khal Drogo. So they have different backgrounds.
So you don't see an incest, basically.
No, you trying to normalize incest here?
I'm just trying to say the other point. I'm not trying to say incest is a good thing and practice it. I'm not trying to say that, bro. But I'm just giving you the two different backgrounds of what it is.
That's smashed.
I don't condone it, but they're different people, and this is like a revelation.
I think it's like they're the show's two protagonists, and everyone always wants, if they're a male and a female, the people watching always want the show protagonists to get together.
It's one of them things, and then with the big reveal, you also forgot to mention that Tyrion, he was outside and he was just watching.
Why was that important? Why was he there?
Because Tyrion, he mentioned it in the
He's like, I want to be part of this as well.
Yeah,
I'm also related to you guys.